Every single day, you spend money on food that could be growing quietly in your own home. And the worst part is, most people don't even realize how much they're losing. Because some of the most expensive items in your grocery cart are also the easiest to grow. Today, you're going to discover the plants that can secretly cut your grocery bill in half, and why almost nobody takes advantage of them.
We're living in a time where food keeps getting more expensive. Small items, everyday ingredients, slowly draining your money week after week. But here's what makes it frustrating. You don't notice it because it feels normal. A bunch of herbs here, a few vegetables there, a handful of cheap items. Until one day, you realize how much you've been spending without ever thinking twice. And that's where this changes.
1. The plant you'll keep buying forever, unless you grow it once. Think about herbs. Basil, mint, cilantro. They look cheap, right? Just a few dollars each time. But here's the hidden truth. You don't buy them once. You buy them over and over again. And they keep dying in your fridge. Now imagine this. One basil plant, growing continuously, giving you fresh leaves for months. Cut, regrow, repeat. What most people don't realize is that herbs are one of the highest markup items in the supermarket. Meaning, you're paying premium prices for something that multiplies for free. Sounds simple, right? But what happens next is where it gets interesting.
2. The vegetable that keeps coming back. Green onions. You cut them, use them once, and throw the rest away. That's what most people do. But here's what they don't know. Those roots you throw away are still alive. Place them in water, and they grow back within days. Not once, not twice, but again and again. It's one of the simplest food loops you can create. And yet, millions of people keep buying them every week. Can you imagine never buying green onions again?
3. The leaf that replaces expensive greens. Spinach is everywhere. Salads, smoothies, cooking. And yet, it's one of the fastest foods to spoil. You buy it, forget it, and throw it away days later. Now here's the twist. There are plants like kale and perpetual spinach that keep producing leaves over time. You harvest, and they grow back stronger. Instead of buying fragile greens every week, you create a constant supply at home. And once you see how easy it is, it changes how you think about food completely.
If this is already surprising you, leave a like, because it only gets more valuable from here.
4. The tomato that quietly saves hundreds. Tomatoes don't feel expensive, but think about how often you buy them. Every week, sometimes multiple times. Now, picture this instead. One tomato plant, producing dozens, sometimes hundreds of tomatoes from a single cycle. And the more you harvest, the more it keeps producing. What feels like a cheap purchase turns into one of your biggest recurring expenses over time. And growing it completely breaks that cycle.
5. The plant that replaces store-bought drinks. Mint.
At first, it doesn't seem important. But think about this. Tea, flavored water, juices. All those small purchases adding up quietly. Now imagine stepping outside, picking fresh mint, and making it instantly. Mint spreads easily, almost too easily, meaning one plant can turn into many without extra cost. A simple habit shift that reduces spending without feeling like sacrifice.
6. The forgotten root that feeds you longer. Potatoes. They're cheap, so people underestimate them. But here's what most don't see. Potatoes multiply underground. Plant one, and you harvest several. And they store well for long periods, which means they're not just food, they're food security. That's where the shift begins. From saving money to controlling your supply.
Sounds ordinary, right? But this is where things take a bigger turn. 7. The plant that grows while you ignore it. Zucchini. People joke about it because once it starts growing, it doesn't stop. One plant can produce more than you expect. Sometimes too much. And that's the point. Because abundance is the opposite of constant spending. You move from buying food to managing surplus. A completely different mindset. 8. The weed that most people pay for. Purslane. Many people remove it from their garden. They think it's useless, but it's edible, nutritious, and grows with almost no effort. In some places, people actually pay for it, while others throw it away. This is where knowledge matters, because what you ignore might be exactly what saves you money. If you've made it this far, you're starting to see the pattern. It's not about gardening. It's about awareness. 9. The plant that changes how you think about food. Beans. Simple. Common. But incredibly productive. Climbing varieties? Grow vertically. Saving space. And keep producing over time. They're not just food. They represent something bigger. Consistency. Reliability. Independence. Because in the end, this isn't just about saving a few dollars. It's about breaking a habit. The habit of depending on constant buying and replacing it with something else. Growing. Imagine opening your kitchen and knowing that part of your food comes from your own system. Not from rising prices, not from unpredictable supply, but from something you control. Because sometimes the smartest solutions don't look like big changes. They grow quietly, leaf by leaf, saving you more than you ever expected. If this changed the way you see your food, subscribe for more. And remember this, the biggest savings don't come from spending less. They come from needing less in the first place.